Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. I'm messing with diamonds because that's what you do. So it is time for me to frame White Christmas. So I picked up these magnetic bars. Oh, they actually come with tape on as well. Bonus. So I picked these up from Amazon. I will pop a link down below. It is the UK Amazon. So if you need to shop in an alternative country, then at least you know what you're sort of searching for from that link. But it is 2 sets of bars. I think it already has double-sided tape on. They definitely have magnets. I can feel the magnets going, and then one of them has a hanger. It's like, I don't know if it's actual leather. I think it's more suede hanging parts. But I want to put White Christmas on these. I picked the 91.5 centimetres in length because White Christmas is 90 centimetres. So it was the closest one to it. So here is the gorgeous White Christmas, looking absolutely stunning. I thought I'd caught a diamond then, but no, I've caught my skin on something. So I need to prep this ready for the bars. So the first thing I want to do is I want to cut this whole side off completely. I don't need this side for the purposes of the framing because I'm not putting it on any sort of mount. Now, Dreamer Designs do have, the picture does sort of go slightly past the drill field and leaves a very nice like 5mm border. I was tempted to leave that on, however it does have bits of adhesive on it, so I would need to seal that, and frankly I'm not up for sealing it. I'd rather cut it off and not have the adhesive to deal with than seal it up and need to deal with it. So I'm going to cut the whole thing off. I've just rolled it up so that I can actually access this a little bit easier and get it all the way across. It does go and cut your scissors, so I will need to clean these scissors with Goo Gone once I'm done, but that's okay. We can do a bit of scissor maintenance when I'm finished. At some point, I can probably forget for a while as well before I actually do it. So I'm cutting as close as I can to the diamonds to get that whole side edge off. And then I want to do the same on the other end. I did have this rolled up on some pipe lagging for this, but I've taken it off because of course I am framing it now, so I don't need that, though I can use it if I want to when I put it away after Christmas. Even though you guys are seeing this video after Christmas, I am filming it during my December event so that I can get this up on the wall and enjoy it this year because I got it finished. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it finished at one point, but I did. So we'll get it framed, we'll get it up, we'll enjoy it this year, and then it can go away and come out again next year. Okay, so that's the first part of the prep, is to take the 2 sides off. Now, I do also need to shorten the top. So let me just use my pipe lagging. It's actually 2 pieces taped together that I use to roll this up, just to roll this up so that I can get to the top. So for the top, this bar is actually shorter than the canvas. The canvas finishes here, and I don't want the canvas hanging over the edge. I could potentially pop this on and have the canvas looping over the top and stick it down on the other side. But I think I'd rather cut it down to be short enough. So if I have a look, I sort of want to go above where they've got their logos here to give myself a bit of a line. So I want to go above here, and I'm just going to keep it as straight as I can, though it's probably not going to stay straight. But I'm going to go as straight as I can and go all the way across. So I'm probably going to end up with a couple of different thicknesses, but as long as there is enough for me to get within that bar, it dips down and then goes back up. But if I put the bar there and nestle it against the diamonds, I've not got any hanging over the end, which is what I want. And then I'm going to do the same on the other end. I've got bits on the back of this canvas, bits of Christmas decorations and bits of hair. So I need to do the same sort of thing across the bottom, giving myself a rough idea of where to start, and then, as I say, trying to keep it roughly the same, but not fretting too much, as long as I don't go right up to the top of the canvas and end up with nothing for the bars to stick to. Then we should be all right. There we go. So second part is trim down. So I think I'm going to work with the part without any trim first. So that is sort of lined up to me. There is a little bit of overhang on both sides. Unfortunately, my camera won't zoom any further out to see. But is this sticky? It does have a double-sided tape on it, I think. Or is it sticky? Or is it just... No, it's not. It's just a masking tape. It's not actually double-sided tape. That's okay, because I have double-sided tape, and it might actually be easier to do it that way. So I'm going to get my double-sided tape and I'm going to run it the full length. Now this is more because of the size of the diamond painting, and in turn the weight of the diamond painting. The magnets may well be enough to hold it, but I think I would rather have that extra little bit of protection with some double-sided tape. So I'm going to do the full length, and if I can get hold of the end, and you can't even see my struggle. This is always my struggle with double-sided tape, is getting it started. There we go. So if I take that off, this might actually help, because I'm going to use that masking tape to potentially hold this tape. Excuse my head. I am trying to butt this up to the diamonds across the bottom before I place it down, so that I'm not seeing any canvas gap. I just want to see diamonds across the bottom. And that, at the moment, we are on the bottom of it, but that is enough to hold it. So what I'm going to do now is put the back on, and I'll see. I probably will not need to tape the back at all, I may need to take the top, but we shall see. But the bottom is on. Let's move that one out the way. Okay, I'm going to use that again just to roll this up a little bit so that I can mess about with the top. I'm going to do the same for the top. So I'm going to run. You can definitely see when I put the tape on where I go shorter. Maybe I should put the tape on first and use the tape as my line to cut, because I've definitely gone thinner, especially on this top piece, more so on this top piece. So maybe next time I do it, I'll put the tape down first and use that as a little cutting line. But anyway, you won't be able to tell once the top part is on. So let's take off this tape if I've managed to get hold of it. No, I think I've managed to get hold of the whole thing. So let's try a different corner. And I'm actually thinking of doing this with quite a few of my large paintings and just changing artwork around my home by putting magnetic bars up for them all. And then I can roll them up and change them depending on my mood. Okay, for the top bar, I'm going to put the hanging piece on the back. So what I'm currently messing with is the top piece. I want to try and get my gaps either side about the same. And I want the actual wood to butt up as close to the diamonds as I can before I then swoosh it down. And then if I turn this round and let the magnets line it all up to the back. Okay, are you ready for the test? This is the test. Okay, there's not enough room on my desk. Hang on a moment. It's big. Okay, so I've just done the test. The weight of the diamond painting did knock this off. It's not knocked off the bottom, and it has not come off where I put the double-sided tape on the top. Because this is always the thing. Does the weight of the diamonds affect it? Because these magnets, or these magnetic frames, are made primarily for holding posters and things. So the test, it did hold it. However, I did then give it a bit of a bounce and it fell off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the back across the top. So I'm going to go straight on the top of this, on the top of the strip that's already there with double-sided tape, and I'm going to flatten it down as much as I can. It's a mixture of over the canvas and over the frame, depending on how thickly I cut it. Let me check I am butted up still across there. Yes, I am. So let's peel that off. See, it's been up. The last one I did of these was Zesty Wolf, which is a 30 by 40, and I didn't need to tape him because he's heavy enough. Sorry, he's not that heavy. He's pretty butch. Okay. So this is snapped into place. Apart from in the middle, it bent a little bit. There we go. That's better. So squash that down. Okay, the little shake test works. I'm going to take this off my desk, and this is where, if you hear a kaboomf, it's fell off. No kaboomf. No kaboomf. So I have just given it the shake test, which is more than it will get on the wall. And with double-sided tape, just the standard powder roll stuff we sell in our shop. On the top, do it at the front and the back. On the bottom, I've just done it on the front. I could do it on the back as well, but at the moment I can take half of this bottom one off. But this isn't being pulled by any weight. It's literally just being held by the magnets. But there we go. I went for the teak one because I liked the colouring with the colouring that's in the painting. They do them in black and also in white, I think. And there's quite a few different sizes. But this is an ideal way for me to frame White Christmas, because what I will do is, once Christmas is over, I will wrap it around this pool noodle with the diamonds facing out, pop it back in its box or in a postal tube, and it can go away with the Christmas decorations and come out next year, and it doesn't take up a full 60 by 90 spread. So there we go, that's up. I will insert some pictures of it taking pride of place within some of our Christmas decorations. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.